Hello there. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite news destination. You're watching In Your Interest with me, Kabir Naqvi. Joining me here in the studio is News9's input editor, Brijesh Pandey. Many thanks for taking out the time. And our segments are essentially based on Raghav Chadha, because this is about a party that once called themselves the party of the Aam Aadmi Party, built on the promise of giving voice to the unheard, and that promise tonight is under question. He was once seen as Arvind Kejriwal's most trusted lieutenant, a sharp voice in the parliament, a rising face of the Aam Aadmi Party. But today, that very voice is claiming it has been silenced from within. Is this about discipline in a political party, or is this a clear case of dissent that is being shut down? The flashpoint is dramatic as well. Raghav Chadha has been removed as Rajya Sabha's Deputy Leader for the Aam Aadmi Party. Ashok Mittal replaces him in the upper house of the parliament. But it doesn't stop there. The party also wrote to the Secretariat of the upper house to limit Chadha's speaking time, even as Aam Aadmi Party insists that this is nothing but a routine organisational move. And the opposition, from the BJP to the Congress, is making the most of this, asking whether this is routine or is something deeper that's brewing within the party. Now, Raghav Chadha has hit back, and how? In a direct message to the Aam Aadmi, he questions whether raising public issues has now become a crime. From inflation to gig workers, from taxes to everyday struggles, he says his voice was always about and with the people. And now he warns, don't mistake silence for a defeat. Listen in to what Raghav Chadha says, as he says he's been silenced but not defeated.
मुझे जब जब पार्लियामेंट में बोलने का मौका मिलता है, मैं जनता के मुद्दे उठाता हूं, और शायद ऐसे टॉपिक्स उठाता हूं जिसे आम तौर पर संसद में नहीं उठाया जाता। लेकिन क्या जनता के मुद्दे उठाना, पब्लिक इश्यूज पे बात करना कोई अपराध है? क्या मैंने कोई गुनाह कर दिया, कोई गलती कर दी? हैव आई डन समथिंग रॉन्ग? ये सवाल आज मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी ने राज्यसभा सेक्रेटेरिएट को ये कहा है कि राघव चड्ढा के पार्लियामेंट में बोलने पर रोक लगा दी जाए। जी हां, आम आदमी पार्टी ने पार्लियामेंट को ये सूचित किया है कि राघव चड्ढा को पार्लियामेंट में बोलने का मौका ना दिया जाए।
Now, the Aam Aadmi Party has responded with equal aggression. Leaders accuse Raghav Chadha of soft politics, of avoiding direct confrontation with the centre, of skipping protests and key party moments, from raise real issues to jo dar gaya samjho mar gaya. And this is no longer an internal adjustment. This is the full-blown political clash.
आंखों का एक वीडियो आया है, मैं उसके संबंध में ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हम लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल के सच्चे सिपाही हैं और अरविंद केजरीवाल से एक ही बात सीखी है, निडरता, हिम्मत, साहस के साथ लड़ना और संघर्ष करना। लेकिन बड़े अफसोस के साथ ये कहना पड़ रहा है कि देश के तमाम मुद्दों पर जब सीईसी के खिलाफ प्रस्ताव आता है, आप साइन नहीं करते। पश्चिम बंगाल में लोगों के वोट के अधिकार छीने जा रहे हैं। दिल्ली में हम लोगों ने देखा किस तरीके से चुनाव आयोग का दुरुपयोग हुआ। पंजाब का मुद्दा होता है, उस वक्त आप खामोश रहते हो, नहीं बोलते हो। मोदी के खिलाफ आवाज नहीं निकालते हो। तमाम वो मुद्दे जो जनहित के हैं, देश से जुड़े हुए हैं, पार्टी से जुड़े हुए हैं, पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से जुड़े हुए हैं। गुजरात में पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को पीटा जाता है, मारा जाता है, उस पर नहीं बोलते।
पिछले कुछ दिनों में हमने देखा, जो भी कोई सीरियस मुद्दे सरकार के खिलाफ उठाता है, सरकार से प्रश्न पूछता है, लोगों की बात करता है, सरकार डिक्टेटर की तरह उसको तमाम सोशल मीडिया पर बैन कर रही है। चाहे वो ट्विटर हो, चाहे वो फेसबुक हो, चाहे वो यूट्यूब हो, सब जगह बैन किया जा रहा है। एफआईआर दर्ज कराई जा रही हैं, मुकदमे किए जा रहे हैं। सरकार को इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि कोई सॉफ्ट पीआर अपनी पार्लियामेंट में करे, क्योंकि पार्लियामेंट में एक छोटी सी पार्टी का बड़ा लिमिटेड टाइम होता है। उसमें अगर कोई समोसों की बात उठा रहा है तो उससे जरूरी है कि देश के बड़े मुद्दों की बात उठाएं।
राघव जी, आप बीजेपी से इतना डरते क्यों? आप बीजेपी से सवाल उठाने से डरते क्यों हैं? आप मोदी जी से सवाल उठाने से डरते क्यों हैं? आज हमारा देश एक बहुत बड़े संकट से गुजर रहा है। आज हमारे देश के लोकतंत्र पर, आज हमारे देश के संविधान पर खतरा। आज हमारी आंखों के सामने इलेक्शन कमीशन का मिसयूज करके पश्चिम बंगाल का इलेक्शन चुराया जा रहा है, लेकिन आप उस पर सवाल नहीं उठा रहे। और आपको जब एलपीजी के मुद्दे पर बोलने के लिए कहा गया तो आप चुप रह गए, आप मोदी जी से डर गए क्या?
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਧਰਮ ਤੇ ਜਾਤੀ ਦੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਚੱਕਣਾ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਐਮਐਸਪੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਜੀਐਸਟੀ ਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਜਾਂ ਆਰਡੀਐਫ ਦਾ ਪੈਸਾ ਉਹ ਚੱਕਣਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ 에ਅਰਪੋਰਟ ਤੇ ਸਮੋਸਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਰੇਟ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਪੀਜੇ ਦੀ ਉਹ 30 ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ 40 ਮਿੰਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਐਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਚੱਕੂਗਾ, ਫਿਰ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਪਾਸੇ ਤੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਬੋਲ ਰਹੇ ਆ।
Aam Aadmi Party's charges are clear. Raghav Chadha was not vocal against the BJP. He was absent during key protests. Chadha focused on lighter issues, samosas being highlighted by Bhagwant Mann, and avoided critical political battles. But the bigger question is, are these reasons or just the justification? Aam Aadmi Party calls it a normal process, but critics say this reflects a deeper pattern of centralized control of shrinking the internal space. From early exits to current friction, are old fault lines within the party now again resurfacing? That's another question. Can a party born out of anti-establishment politics now be accused of becoming a high command structure? Well, the timing couldn't be more critical as well. Punjab politics, cadres, morale, the Goa expansion plans, all of it now faces the shadow of this internal rift that's being played out in the open. Because in politics, perception is everything. And right now, the perception is of a party that has some problem that's brewing inside. We've got an esteemed set of panelists, and the big question that we're asking on the show tonight is the Aam Aadmi Party silencing internal dissent, discipline, or insecurity within the leadership? Is Raghav Chadha positioning for a bigger political move? What's next for Raghav Chadha? And most importantly, who gains from this very public fallout? With us on the broadcast, Brijesh Pandey, input editor, News9, Neoma Gupta, spokesperson for the BJP, and Manasvi Thapar, political analyst. Many thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for taking out the time. Brijesh, let's get the snowball rolling. Structurally speaking, how significant, and I mean, so many of those developments, so many of those posts on social media, how significant is the removal of the Rajya Sabha Deputy Leader within a party like the Aam Aadmi Party? Is this routine? Is this reshuffle a clear signal of something? And what next for Raghav Chadha? How are you reading it?
I'm not surprised at all that this has happened. The only surprise is why it has taken this long. That is point number one. And point number two, while his, the letter being written and, the entire issue being made very public, it is not going to have a very adverse political fallout for the Aam Aadmi Party, barring giving Congress and BJP an opportunity to hit back at Aam Aadmi Party, calling them central high command, getting insecure or something like that. But other than that, Raghav Chadha is not a big politician. It's not like, he's a mass leader or somebody, who carries political weight with his politics done so far. He was part of the inner coterie of Arvind Kejriwal, and the clear differences were visible to everyone. When Arvind Kejriwal was arrested, sent behind bars, Raghav Chadha maintained a clear distance from Aam Aadmi Party, and it was many said that while all the other Arvind Kejriwal's closed circuit was the ED picked them up, or they were interrogated, they were questioned. Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal, Sanjay, everyone went to jail, Sanjay Singh and all. But Raghav Chadha was not touched, and Raghav Chadha maintained a complete distance from Aam Aadmi Party. It was crystal clear then that he has decided a separate future for himself. As I said before, I'm not surprised at this. What I'm surprised at that it took Aam Aadmi Party this long to crack the whip on Raghav Chadha.
You're saying that he wasn't as big of a political leader. A lot of, the Gen Z out there think that he's a very relevant politician. He puts on the blanket, gig workers' clothes. He tries to do that delivery. I mean, he's really fond of social media, isn't he?
Well, being fond of social media and being someone, a politician who's a tough political, tough politician are two completely different things. Raising voice of Gen Z or being, making yourself endeared to Gen Z or raising voices of gig workers and all doesn't make you a true blue politician. He has been trying to carve out a niche for himself by making those reels and all. But politics is a completely different ballgame altogether. If he quits the party, joins BJP, then it's like entering an ocean. Then you'll have to literally figure a space space for yourself, and it's not going to be that easy. You know, there are people who are already working there, you know, prove their loyalty. So it'll be a very tough task cut out for him. I think Aam Aadmi Party realized that the more it drags this particular issue, it's going to be more embarrassing for them given elections in Punjab, and that is the reason why I think this public fallout has happened. It will create talking points for BJP and Congress, who as opposition parties will, I mean, it's their right to hit out at them, but it's not going to result in any kind of political loss for Aam Aadmi Party. That's, I'm like 100% sure.
Okay, all right. I'm going to come back to that point, but you spoke about if he enters the BJP, if he is to join the BJP, then it's going to be like entering an ocean. And the right segue for me to introduce Neoma Gupta here. Neoma, how is the BJP viewing these developments? Is the door all but open for Raghav Chadha if push comes to shove and he does take that spade? A lot of speculation on the internet about where Raghav Chadha is headed next, because it seems like things are turning sour for him within the Aam Aadmi Party.
So I don't know where he's heading next. I don't know his internal dynamics or what exactly is going on in his mind. So that's not for me to answer. But as Brijesh sir made a lot of points, which kind of put a lot of things into perspective in terms of my theory on this is like a party that claimed to be born from revolution and internal democracy is now deciding that their own MP cannot speak in parliament just because they don't like what he's saying or how he's saying, or there's like obviously internal disagreement, as I said. And there were reports of him there's a rift because they made it very evidently clear. But one thing which comes out in the open is that the Aam Aadmi Party, it's exhibiting what may be called in the political space as a decline phase trait. That means that when a party rises, they accommodate leaders and sort issues out without things going to head. But when a party is falling and failing, anyone with the slightest difference of opinion or not exhibiting subservience is purged. I mean, come on, their party started out against the politics of the high command. It was one of the key differentiators to Congress, they claim that. But today it functions exactly like a top-down one-leader unit where even one top officer bearer like Raghav Chadha can simply be muted or pushed into oblivion. And, forget a clear answer. Not even a vague reason has been given for Raghav's removal, where your much touted foundation principle of transparency surfaces. It's literally gone with the wind. And Arvind Kejriwal is a rather shrewd man, we have to admit. I mean, he knows when to keep people close and when to discard them. Let's go back into history. The similar stories seem to be with Mr. Anna Hazare, Prashant Bhushan, Yogendra Yadav, Ashutosh Ji, and Swati Maliwal more recently. So the pattern is showing some sort of opportunism, as I can say. And in this decision, Raghav Chadha, was he the direct target for a message for many outside the parliament, like stay in line, avoid independent thinking, don't think of developing into a political leader of your own merit? There's so much psychology which comes into this. Further, he's criticized BJP innumerable times on when it comes to his parliamentary debates. I've seen those debates myself. So certainly I don't think the criticism part is the main issue. One reason which also comes to think is that emerging as another big leader within the AAP. Now one might say that Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj, etc. But the difference was that they were deriving their power and authority from Mr. Kejriwal's name and persona. But Raghav seemed like it was beginning to develop his own political identity. As you said, even on social media, he was coming up a lot. Whether you call it a PR, whether you call it even natural ability, calculated move is a different question. The point is, Raghav was breaking into some sort of his own, which was the loudest warning bell for Aam Aadmi Party as a big leader, and they felt the clipping his wings, and which they've done.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah.
So, Advocate Thapa, what do you make of that? Was he becoming, larger than life? Was he turning into a problem for the Aam Aadmi Party? He's been vocal against the BJP. There's a 2-minute video that Raghav Chadha also put out later, which was a clarification for all the accusations and charges that the Aam Aadmi Party was leveling against Raghav Chadha. We'll play that out in just a bit, but your opening submissions. From a voter's lens, Advocate, does this episode alter Aam Aadmi Party's Aam Aadmi narrative in any meaningful way? Brijesh here says that this is not going to dent them much, but then again, you've got the Goa expansion, you've got the Punjab, cadre's morale that's going to take a hit. Maybe not. What's your assessment and reading?
I don't think so. There is some kind of a problem for Aam Aadmi Party with removal of Raghav Chadha. I think the entire career of Raghav Chadha is based because of Aam Aadmi Party, because of being in a close group with Arvind Kejriwal, and he was the youngest treasurer of Aam Aadmi Party. He was the youngest spokesperson in any domain during the 2013-14 of the starting of Aam Aadmi Party. Everything, whatever he had become, be it the first time MLA, be it fighting a Lok Sabha election, then getting being the leader of Punjab and being the advisor of the Punjab Chief Minister, becoming the Rajya Sabha member through Aam Aadmi Party from Punjab. Everything is not because of his vast political knowledge or vast political acumen or vast political vote bank. It is because of being close to Arvind Kejriwal. That was the sole reason he was ahead in politics in Aam Aadmi Party, and the sole reason for him to go out as a deputy leader from Aam Aadmi Party is because he's choosing to be silent. He chose to be silent while not signing the against the CEC. He chose to take out issues which were not in favor of Punjab politics. He chose to speak on issues which were not friendly for Aam Aadmi Party. He was silent during Manish Sisodia's arrest. He was silent during Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. He was silent during when they were released. So he chose to be silent. And when I think the party did this too late, too little, they could have done it before the sessions would have started. So this would not have become a news. Even ND Gupta of Aam Aadmi Party was replaced by Raghav Chadha, and at that time, I don't remember I was debating. I don't remember any news channel debating on this. It's a routine process. But Raghav Chadha became a real star. Raghav Chadha chose to become who gave that opportunity? It was Aam Aadmi Party's lack of acumen that while this particular leader who has been incubated, who has been created by Aam Aadmi Party, was creating reels, was trying to create a niche for himself, suddenly was when not in favor of Aam Aadmi Party, could have muted him. BJP does it so many times. There are thousands of leaders in BJP who are very well talented but are muted by political reasons. In Congress, it is done routinely, but Aam Aadmi Party somehow failed because they were not in because they had their own issues. They are not in Delhi. They're
a little bit of a technical difficulty over there, but this is the right segue. We heard you, Advocate Thapa. We're going to come back to you. Many thanks for your submissions. Brijesh, what we've been given to understand via this discussion is that he owes his rise to the Aam Aadmi Party and now his downfall as well to the lack of acumen, like Advocate Thapar put it, to the Aam Aadmi Party. So what does this tell us? This 2-minute video that came through, you've got Atishi on one side, Saurabh Bhardwaj on one side, Sanjay Singh on one side, and then you've got Raghav Chadha on the other that's constantly, targeting all of those accusations back. Is this personal pushback, calibrated political positioning? What's happening if we could, pick apart Mr. Chadha's mind here?
I would say that, we always criticize the high command structure, but it's a double-edged sword. You get felled by high command structure, but you also owe your rise to high command. As Manasvi very succinctly put up the entire rise of Raghav Chadha. I mean, he owes his entire political career to Aam Aadmi Party. And the reason why there is and there was a reason why he was elected to or sent to Rajya Sabha, because he was somebody who was a very close part of Arvind Kejriwal's innermost coterie. And this is the reason why he was sent to Rajya Sabha, because he trusted him implicitly. Now, what has happened is that ever since the imminent arrest of Arvind Kejriwal was on the horizon, Raghav Chadha started distancing himself from the inner coterie of Arvind Kejriwal. When he was arrested, sent behind bars, as I said, that the surprise for me was not that he has been asked not to speak. The surprise is that it took Aam Aadmi Party this long to take this particular action. Raghav Chadha is a momentarily embarrassment for Aam Aadmi Party, and I agree with Manasvi when he says that this could have been handled in a much better way. When the House is not in session, then it could have been worked out. But I think other than causing them embarrassment, it's not going to cause them any kind of political loss whatsoever. He's not a local. He's not a politician who's earned his spurs in interaction with public. He was a strategist. He was someone who was very close to Arvind Kejriwal, and that's about it. That's the total Raghav Chadha's career is. You may make reels, or you may position yourself as somebody big on social media, and doesn't automatically make you a big politician. Now you have only two options left. Either you go with the Bharatiya Janata Party or you go with Congress Party. And in both sides, both parties, there are lots and lots of leaders, who are working. So
is the door all but shut for Raghav Chadha when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party?
I don't think that Raghav Chadha has any more future left as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned.
Okay, okay. Neoma, I'm going to come back to you. You know, in your opening submission, you said that, you know, the party's given a vague, reason for this.
Yes.
They said that this is, a routine shuffling that takes place. N.D. Gupta was just, cited by Advocate Thapar over here. The BJP, Virendra Sachdeva, if I could just, recall that statement, he's called Kejriwal a coward over the Rajya Sabha move. What's the reason behind that particularly?
Because see, just look at the sequence. Raghav Chadha is removed as a leader of the House in Rajya Sabha, which now, it's like a complete gag order on him, which means that Aam Aadmi Party wrote specifically to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat asking not to give him speaking time from the party quota. In doing so, they have effectively silenced a member of the parliament while he's still an active member of the House. He can continue to attend sessions, but he will now be a mute spectator and nothing more. I mean, how unfortunate is that in a democracy where taxpayers are seeing, everybody participate in these? And as somebody rightly said, I'm sorry, I can't. There are so many Aam Aadmi Party leaders who are tweeting, who are speaking on their platforms as to why Raghav Chadha has been removed. So they are giving more publicity to their own actions. So when we are giving attention to them, it's actually through their own actions, which is so strange. While, as I think Manavsi sir said it, that it should have been done in a correct fashion at the correct time if this decision had to come through. It's a wrong time, wrong decision, and the way they act on the decision is always so immature, because people are now actually seeing through Aam Aadmi Party's true natures, leaders, and their parody of themselves that they've sadly become. We'll actually have to wait and see how they further silence Raghav Chadha, especially in their own parties, such as in the case of Swati Mal, which didn't go down very well. And as we speak, they are undoubtedly preparing a very nice campaign to further discredit him and prove that he was hand in glove with someone or something very fundamentally was wrong. Anyway, to be honest, this party's image of a non-power-hungry, common people-focused charade is now up.
Okay. Advocate Thapar, do you concur with what Neoma here is saying? And, before I come to you, could I, with your permission, play out that 2-minute, bite of Raghav Chadha? He said that, these are my 2 minutes in the parliament. Bhagwan Mann says that you get such a little amount of time, you talk about samosas. Well, Raghav Chadha has put that bite out. Let's put that out for the viewers as well. Then Advocate Manasvi Thapar right on the other side.
आज मुझे ये कहने में बिल्कुल भी गुरेज नहीं है दैट्स वी इन इंडिया टुडे पे टैक्सेस लाइक इंग्लैंड टू गेट सर्विसेज लाइक सोमालिया। हम जहां चांद पर पहुंच गए, यूपीआई से गोलगप्पे खरीद रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारी सरकारी बैंकिंग व्यवस्था 80-90 के दशक से बाहर नहीं आ पा रही है। रिमूव टैक्स ऑन डिसेबिलिटी पेंशन ऑन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस। सर मेरा चौथा सुझाव जो माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी के लिए है वो ये है कि लीगलाइज वर्चुअल डिजिटल एसेट्स एज एन एसेट क्लास। देश का मतदाता अपने नेताओं को हायर कर सकता है तो वो नेताओं को फायर करने की शक्ति भी उसे मिलनी चाहिए। बढ़ती महंगाई, घटती कमाई, यानी कि हमारी आमदनी उस दर पे नहीं बढ़ रही जिस दर पे भारत की महंगाई बढ़ रही है। कि इस देश में 90% एयर ट्रैवल 2 एयरलाइंस के पास, यानी कि एक हमने डुओपोली क्रिएट कर दी कि वो मनचाहे दाम पे मनचाही सर्विसेज देंगे क्योंकि कोई कंपटीशन ही नहीं है, कोई प्रतिस्पर्धा नहीं है। पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर। और सरकार जो हमसे इतना टैक्स लेती है उसके बदले में सरकार हमें देती क्या है? कौन सी ऐसी अंतरराष्ट्रीय सेवाएं, वर्ल्ड क्लास हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन, ट्रांसपोर्ट सुविधाएं कि एक ट्रेन है जो भटिंडा से बीकानेर चलती है। इस ट्रेन में ट्रेडर्स, व्यापारी, पिलग्रिम, श्रद्धालु नहीं जाते। कैंसर के मरीज जाते हैं भटिंडा और पंजाब के मालवा जिले से बीकानेर ताकि अपना इलाज करा सकें। सर हमारा इनकम टैक्स स्ट्रक्चर कंपनियां रिकॉग्नाइज करता है, पार्टनरशिप रिकॉग्नाइज करता है, कॉर्पोरेशन रिकॉग्नाइज करता है, यहां तक कि हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली को एज एन एसएससी रिकॉग्नाइज करता है, लेकिन पति पत्नी को एज वन सिंगल इकोनॉमिक यूनिट रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं करता, जो करना चाहिए। बड़ी समस्या है रूरल इंडिया के अंदर लिमिटेड एक्सेस टू बैंकिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। 5 नदियों वाला सूबा पंजाब जो आज सर सबसे बड़ी मार झेल रहा है अबाउट द क्वालिटी एंड द क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर। पुट ऑल लैंड एंड प्रॉपर्टी रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ इंडिया ऑन ब्लॉकचेन। सर मेरा सरकार से अनुरोध है हर छोटे बड़े एयरपोर्ट पर खास करके चेक इन और सिक्योरिटी के बाद वाले एरियाज में इन कैफेज की शुरुआत की जाए। माय सब्जेक्ट इज कंसर्न ओवर इंपैक्ट ऑफ ट्रैफिक कंजेशन इन इंडियन सिटीज। सर भारत का कंज्यूमर बाजार एक बड़ी बीमारी का शिकार है जिसे मिसलीडिंग ब्रांडिंग और फॉल्स एडवर्टाइजमेंट के नाम से जाना जाता है। वी मस्ट ऑल्सो एक्नॉलेज दैट देयर इज अ ह्यूज गैप बिटवीन एजुकेशन एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट। As a result, sir, I have no hesitation in saying today that we are pushing our students, the future of this country, into a trap of joblessness. सर मेरा दूसरा सुझाव है वेजेस को इंडेक्स करिए महंगाई से। मेरा सब्जेक्ट है शहीद आजम सरदार भगत सिंह जी को भारत रत्न देने के संदर्भ। वन नेशन वन मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट की ओर बढ़ना चाहिए, सबको नंबर 1 मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट देश में मिले, ऐसी व्यवस्था बननी चाहिए।
ऐसे विषय को इस बिल में इंक्लूड कराना चाहता हूं जो देश की आधी आबादी हर महीने फेस करती है। वो इशू है मेंस्ट्रुअल हेल्थ का और मेंस्ट्रुअल हाइजीन।
Real hip-hop gangster music behind that video as well. Advocate Thapar, let's give you the final word and say here, raising hyper-local, citizen-centric issues, just like highlighted in that video, in the parliament, is that seen as a strength or a limitation in today's political ecosystem? Because on the other hand, you heard Atishi, you heard Saurabh Bhardwaj, they seem to be miffed at the fact, why were you not trailing all of your guns against the BJP and the Prime Minister?
I see, on factual points, Aam Aadmi Party has just 4% of speaking time. They have around 10 MPs, and the amount of time in a full day debate would be around 12 minutes, which they have. And Raghav played it very well. I think the entire winner of this entire controversy or being an MP in Rajya Sabha, in that 12 to 13 minutes which Aam Aadmi Party used to get, and Raghav made excellent videos out of it, excellent reels out of it, and he came out as a winner. If this would have been the expulsion or the suspension of him as a deputy leader would have been done before the session, he would not have come as a major talking point. And he talked about pizza deliveries, he talked about samosa prices, he talked about water, and all these things are very reel friendly. They may not be politically very sound, but would make 30-second, 40-second reel. He's coming into parliament, going out of the parliament, and he made an excellent PR out of it. And this may not help Aam Aadmi Party. Today's debate would be given to Raghav Chadha or Aam Aadmi Party, but it is not a talking point tomorrow, because India's politics is very large, and BJP is not going to consume Raghav Chadha. Congress is also a larger political party. They are not going to consume Raghav Chadha's politics. It is only a real-friendly leadership which was established. And the biggest loser in this entire controversy could be Aam Aadmi Party for a day, but Aam Aadmi Party in its entire totality has already lost Delhi. They don't have a bigger base there. Gujarat is not there. Goa is not there. Punjab is on a losing spree. In the next 10 months, we'll come to know that where Punjab stands for Aam Aadmi Party. So there is no one a bigger loser than Aam Aadmi Party as of now. But Raghav Chadha has its chunk of say. Made his reel during the parliament sessions, did what he could do. Aam Aadmi Party, if could have planned it better, could have not
mitigated this
used
as well.
the controversy against them. So I think the biggest loser in this controversy is Aam Aadmi Party. But somehow Raghav played it very well, and I think he could continue with this reel in the history in the future to come. But I don't think there is a future for Aam Aadmi Party moving forward. And where Raghav will go, if Raghav goes to BJP, it's an ocean. And there he'll be in the last leg of lines, and there he'll not be liked by the leaders of BJP.
I think we're jumping the gun here. You guys rightly pointed out, I think round 1 goes to Raghav if it wasn't a draw. I think it was a draw, but this seems to be a long-drawn boxing match, and whether he's going to be able to rope the dope when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party, I think we'll have to wait and find out. Dissent tests the party's strength and not just its discipline, and tonight I think the question remains whether this is control or the cost of control. Well, still early doors. Many thanks, Brijesh, for joining us here. Yep, or that. Neoma, many thanks for taking out the time and speaking to us.
Thank
Advocate,
you so much.
always a pleasure to have you with us here on News 9.